I'm 25 years old and this is how I have thicker hair now than when I did in high school. This was my hair just last year in January 2025, literally on its last leg and about to fully give in to being bald at 24 years old. And now a year later, here are the results. Even in bad downlighting, you can see how much ground I've made up. This right here behind me is the holy grail, aka hair loss 101 on every single thing that I've done to combat the Norwood Reaper, and the only piece of information that you will need to dominate the follicle game again. Hair loss 101, you got four main drivers: finasteride, minoxidil, microneedling, and extra. So let's get started with the most important player, finasteride. Why is finasteride so important in the hair loss game? Because it decreases your DHT levels by almost 70%. What does DHT do? It binds to receptors in your scalp, causing hair follicle miniaturization, aka baldness. So if you're able to lower this level in your blood by almost 70%, you are significantly reducing your chances of balding. I take 0.25 milligrams every single day. What is 0.25? It is 1/4 of a pill, because when you get the prescription, they're going to send it to you in 1 milligram tablets. So what I did was I cut it up with a pill cutter and I cut it up into fourths. Why am I doing that? Because I want to be mindful of the side effects. A few years back when I took 1 milligram pills every single day, I had a bunch of side effects like libido, limp dick, motivational problems, and I don't want to deal with that again. And by taking 0.25, you get the same benefit and reduction in DHT like you would with 1 milligram, and there's plenty of studies that show that, and this is going to help minimize side effects to the most. Second needle mover, minoxidil. What is minoxidil? Aka Rogaine. It is going to turn you into a chia pet, literal chia pet. A common misconception with minoxidil is that it stops balding. It does not stop balding. What minoxidil does is that it regrows hair. It's going to be putting like artificial hair on your head. You have two different routes with minoxidil. You can take oral or you can take topical. I have taken both. Now currently I am on oral. I think oral is better because you get a more systemic range with the minoxidil that you're taking. And if you're going to take oral, I take 2.5 milligrams every single day. They send it to you in 5 milligram prescriptions. Same thing with the pill cutter. You cut it up, you take half a pill every single day. Another thing I do to cover my bases is I put topical on at night. Even though I take the oral version, 2.5 every single day, it's more of the icing on the cake effect. The third needle mover literally is a microneedling pen, not a derma roller. There's a difference. A derma roller is going to be the roller that's going to be going in your head at a diagonal angle. The microneedling pen is going to be an automated thing that's going to be going down at the perfect angle for your head. What is the reason that you're going to be stabbing yourself with all these millions of micropunctures in your head? Well, many different reasons. Increases blood flow, increases growth factors, stimulates collagen in your head. What is the frequency of this microneedling process? You can imagine the more that you do it, the more that you're stimulating your scalp, the better, right? No, common misconception. The more that you do it does not equal better results, because if anything, the more that you do it, the more likely you are to cause scarring, which is the opposite of what you want to do for your hair. So what you want to do is you want to do it 1 time a week at 1 millimeter depth. You don't have to do it at 2 or 3 where you're causing so much pain and you're bleeding. 1 millimeter is plenty depth where you can stimulate the hair follicles and grow your hair back over time. Last section, miscellaneous / extra. This probably moves the needle about 10%. So if you want to focus on things that are actually going to be driving results, the first 3 things are what you're looking for. First bullet point, ketoconazole shampoo. What is it? It's an antifungal shampoo. You want to use that a few times a week, about 2 to 3 times a week. Keep it on your scalp for a few minutes. It is a very mild DHT blocker. Second bullet point, getting a good multivitamin. Many of you are deficient in micronutrients like zinc, magnesium, and many other different elements that are actually damaging your hair and causing you to fight an uphill battle more than you would just with your genetics. So if you can backfill those micronutrient deficiencies, you're going to be covering your bases. Last bullet point, the most frustrating and honestly the most truthful as well, your genetics. This is going to be dictating every single factor about your hair. And my little brother in his younger 20s already thinning. My dad was bald in his young 20s and I started to notice thinning as well in my early 20s. Something that's completely out of our control. If you've lost all hope and you want to avoid the pharmaceutical route, you can get some blood work done and see what micronutrient deficiencies you have and at least have a North Star pointing you in the right direction. This video is just a bro to a bro. From the bottom of my heart, I have nothing to sell you. I understand the pain and the frustration that comes with noticing your hair thinning and losing your personality and your identity that comes with it. But if I was able to save my hair with my shitty genetics, you most definitely can as well. And this is how you intervene right here.